the Carolina Panthers at number 8. And for them, they have a lot of needs. Their defense was really bad last year. Their offense is very bare and young, and they could use a lot. So I think that would mean that T-Mac is in play here. They do have concerns at corner and the defensive line across the board with Derek Brown having that injury. Even defensive tackle can't be ruled out. So guys like Walter Nolan, definitely looking at edge. So you could start seeing the edge guys come off the board here. So there's a lot that they could do here. But I'm going to say that they want to make up for trading Brian Burns last offseason and get an edge rusher. And I've heard a lot of noise about Jalen Walker. And to be honest, I don't understand the tie between these two. To me, it's just the spot that they're picking an edge rusher. I don't really think at 8 is a great spot to take a guy who did not play the spot you're intending on playing him full time. And what I mean by that is Jalen Walker was not a full-time edge rusher. He was an off-ball linebacker that would, kind of line up in that edge rushing spot here and there, like an under linebacker or something like that. And sure, maybe, your scheme could be fit to be like that, but I don't think I would want to sort of start building my defense with that, right? I think I'd want a guy that I can just plug in one spot and I don't have to figure out how I have to develop him. So he's got upside to be like that edge, but with Clowney nearing retirement, I just think you got to get a new guy in here who's just going to stay and not be confusing. So I think you want a more experienced, well-rounded, proven edge. And I think at this spot, you're looking at the edge rushers and, you got, like I said, Jalen Walker, but you got Michael Williams out of Georgia, who's kind of like your really, really talented upside guy who's not quite developed. Same thing with Shamar Stewart. But you come down here to Mike Green, and he fits the scheme that they want to do as like the 3-4 outside linebacker. Also, he's one of the most productive guys in college. I think he actually might be the most productive edge rusher that we have in this year's class. And that tells me that you're going to get the most experienced, the most ready guy, and that's what they need. They need immediate help for this pass rush, for this defense, and I think that's why it makes sense here. I understand, if you want to go for upside with a Michael Williams, Shamar Stewart, or a Jalen Walker, but I just think you want to get a guy who is going to be able to start for you right away. You really got to get this defense fixed, so I think you start here and you take Mike Green.